The new version of Sage 50 Accounts includes one of the most requested improvements to the corrections option, and that's the ability to edit and delete journal entries. There are also other improvements in this area, and these include the ability to track who and when transactions were edited, and also the new Unallocate option. Let's start by looking at deleting journals. So in transactions, we've got a couple of journals at the bottom, one which is a salary journal and also a bank transfer. So we're going to start by deleting the salary journal just to show you how simple that is in the new version of Sage Accounts. So we made a mistake with the journal, and rather than reversing it or trying to post some sort of correction, we can simply delete it in the new version. So to do this, we highlight any part of the journal, click delete at the top. The delete journal entry window appears, so it shows us all parts of that journal, and then all we do is we click delete. We're then prompted to confirm, do you wish to delete this journal entry? So we click yes. We'll return to the transactions list, and that's it done. And as you'll see, the deleted journals now appear in red. So if you're familiar with corrections, you'll know that when they appear in red, they don't affect your accounts. So let's have a look at our activity just while we're on the subject of deleting transactions. So 2210, if we pop into nominal codes, find that nominal code, there it is, PAYE. If we have a look at the activity, and the very last transaction is highlighted, which just so happens is the deleted transaction, but you'll see it, there it is, deleted GHC. So it's a journal credit, it's deleted, it appears in red, it doesn't affect our accounts. Now, there is an option, and this is an option that's been in the software for quite some time, where we can hide those transactions, those deletions, so we can actually look at our activity and only see our live transactions, and this applies to customers and supplier activity screens as well. So to switch this option on and hide those deletions, we just go to Settings, Company Preferences, click yes to the prompt to close the other windows, into Parameters, and in the other section, the first option, exclude deleted transactions, just tick the box, click OK, and if we now go back to nominal codes, select the account 2210, view the activity, and this time that transaction is actually hidden. So we're only seeing the live transactions that affect our accounts in these activity windows. The next option to look at is editing journals, and this time we'll use the journal at the bottom, which was the bank transfer. So we'll just get back into transactions screen, and at the bottom we've got a bank transfer. So just as with the salary journal, we can highlight any part of the journal, and then at the top of the screen click edit. So we just want to click yes to confirm we want to close the other windows, and then it displays the full details of the journal. Now, one of the most common mistakes when entering journals is forgetting to change the date. So this is now really easy to correct. You don't need to revert it on the original date and then repost it. We can now just edit the transaction in the latest version of Sage 50 Accounts and then amend whatever we need to make, whatever changes we need to do. So although you can make whatever changes, this can include adding lines, removing items from the journal, amending nominal codes, details, values, tax codes, whatever you want to do. The software will make the necessary changes when you save it. Obviously, the same rules for a journal must apply. The debits and the credits must balance. In this example though, we'll just keep it simple. We'll just amend the date. So let's set the date. We'll just set it to the 3rd of August. Click Save, and that's it done. Simple and quick. If we take a quick look at the end of the audit trail now, so just scroll down to the bottom of the transaction list, you'll see the original bank transfer journal now appears in red. So there it is there, transaction 1245 1246, and it says cancel see transaction 1247 1248. Now when it's in red, it means that it no longer affects your account, so it's the same as a deleted transaction. However, what the software has done, it's effectively deleted the original journal and has posted a corrected journal to the end of the audit trail. So it's done everything that we need it to do. It's done it automatically. So it's very quick, very simple to use that edit option. Now, you may need to scroll across to the right to see this. On mine, my screen's big enough to be able to see that, but on the right hand side we've got two new columns in the transaction screen. So it used to end at the username, but we've got these two new columns, edited by, edited on, and this gives you that bit traceability of who's actually performed corrections within your software. So you've got the logon name, who was logged in at the time that did the correction, and also when this was done. Now there are some new reports that have been added within the reports option. We just pop into there. So into reports, if we choose the audit trail, and if we just have a look for them, we've got things like audit trail amended transactions by user. So we've got other ones as well, deleted transaction by user. So if we need to, we can print that information out. The final option to look at in corrections is the new unallocate option. If you've entered a receipt or a credit note and matched it against the wrong invoice, historically you would have had to delete the payment or the credit and re-enter it. With the new unallocate option, you simply highlight the transaction. So in this case we'll pick on this sales receipt, which is paying this invoice here. So we'll highlight the sales receipt, transaction 1244, which is an SR transaction at the moment. Click unallocate at the top. We're prompted, do you want to unallocate this transaction? We click yes, and that's it done. One thing to notice is that what was the SR transaction has now become an SA transaction, which is a sales payment on account. And also the invoice that it was paying off, which is the transaction directly above, if we look down the paid column, both transactions now have an N, indicating that they're not fully paid. So if required, you can then access the customer receipts window or the supplier payments window if it's on the purchase side, and then reallocate the transaction to the correct invoice. Everyone makes mistakes at some point, some more than others, and these improvements should make it quicker and easier to correct them.